Hello class, today we're going to be talking about 1.3 solving multi-step equations. So for this we're going to step up what our equations look like and when we're solving them. So first we're going to talk about having variable on both sides. So note here, if there is a variable on both sides of the equation, you will need to first get all variables on one side of the equation. So I want all of my variables on one side. I don't want them on both because I want to isolate my variable. And then my second step is to get all numbers on the other side. So get all my variables on one side, my numbers are on the other. So let's go ahead and try this first one. So I want to solve this. So I see I have a variable on both sides of the equal sign. I want to get them on the same side. So now I have to pick which one I'm going to move. Well, I already have a number on this side and there isn't a number on this side. So that is going to make me choose to move my negative 4x. So I'm going to add 4x to both sides. Plus, I don't want to leave nothing on one side because that just makes you have a little bit more work. So I have 10 is equal to negative 9x plus 4x. I get negative 5x. And then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 5. So I get negative 2 is equal to x. Okay, go ahead and try number 3. This one's similar to the one that we just did. So pause the video and try number 3. So your answer you should have gotten was x equals negative 2 again. I want to go ahead and show you what would have happened if you moved the other one. Because if you move the other one, it's fine. So let's say I moved my negative 2x. I want to add 2x to both sides. Well, now since I crossed everything out, I can't just put 3x equals 10 here because that's not the case. It's 3x plus 10 on the other side. I want to make sure I still bring down my equal sign. And since everything got crossed out, it'd be 0 is equal to 5x plus 10. And then from there, I need to subtract 10 from both sides and then divide by 5. So it's okay if you do it that way, it's just a little bit more work. Okay, now let's go to number 2. And this one's a little bit more complicated. So here I have parentheses on both, so that means I need to distribute. So 3 times 3x, I get 9x. 3 times 4, I get 12. Now I have 1/4 times 32. So 1/4 times 32. Remember from multiplying fractions, it's really 32 over 1. And so when I multiply across, I get 32 over 4. And remember, my fraction bar is really just saying division. So it's 32 divided by 4, which is 8. So this 1/4, I'm really just dividing 32 and 56 by 4. So 56 divided by 4, I get 14. And now this one looks more simple. So now I need to get all of my variables on one side and my numbers on the other. So how I like to do this is I like to move my smaller number of x's to the other side. So between 9 and 8, my smaller is the 8. And I like to do that just so I can avoid negatives. It's okay if you move the 9. You'll still get the same answer at the end. So now I have x minus 12 is equal to 14, since those cancel each other out. And then I'm going to add 12 to both sides. And so I get x is equal to 26. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and try doing number 4 on your own. So for this last one, you should have gotten that n is equal to 0. So again, you had to multiply that fraction in, so you can see my work over here on how I did all of that. I ended up moving my -6 in because, again, -6 is smaller than 3, so I moved that so I can stay positives with my n. And then at the very end here, everything canceled out on this side, so I had to put a 0 because -9 plus 9 is 0, and so I got n equals 0. That's it for this video. You can move on to the next one for special solutions.